Edu makes bombshell revelation after Arteta's new contract. Wright and Roy Keane sound the alarm for the derby, while Arsenal has a clear path to sign phenomenal star. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest Arsenal news straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Arsenal have officially secured Mikel Arteta's future, as the Spanish manager has signed a new 3-year contract at the Emirates Stadium. With just 12 months left on his previous deal, there had been growing calls for clarity on his future. However, behind the scenes, Arsenal always intended to keep Arteta, and there had long been an informal agreement in place for his extension. Fans will be pleased that it's now official, ensuring Arteta and sporting director Edu Gaspar can continue their strong partnership as they work to push Arsenal forward. Edu Gaspar sends message to Mikel Arteta after Arsenal contract deal. After Mikel Arteta's new contract was officially announced, Arsenal sporting director Edu Gaspar shared his excitement on Instagram. He posted a photo featuring himself, Arteta, and executive vice chair Tim Lewis, with Arteta sitting in the middle, penning his new deal. Edu accompanied the image with a celebratory message. "Today is a very special day." The post reflects the strong bond within the Arsenal leadership and the confidence they have in Arteta's vision for the club. Mikel Arteta has undoubtedly transformed Arsenal since taking charge in December 2019. When he arrived, the club was in disarray, outside the Champions League and with an unbalanced, underperforming squad. The task ahead was enormous, but Arteta has slowly rebuilt the team into serious contenders. The journey hasn't always been smooth, with moments of doubt and real pressure on the manager. Edu has previously revealed why the club resisted sacking Arteta during difficult times, and that decision now looks wise as Arsenal have emerged stronger under his leadership. Arteta has assembled a young, ambitious squad and crucially restored the connection between the club and its fan base. With one key challenge left, winning major trophies, Arteta has made it clear that success is on the way. Now with a fresh contract, he has the time to fulfill that promise and bring silverware back to the Emirates. Wright and Roy Keane have now given their verdict on how Sunday's North London derby will play out. Arsenal are set to face Tottenham Hotspur this weekend in a high-stakes North London derby. These fixtures are always intense, with fierce rivalry and bragging rights on the line. Both sets of fans are desperate for a win, and the pressure is massive. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal have had the upper hand over Spurs in recent meetings, but this upcoming match presents a significant challenge. Arsenal will be missing some of their key players, Martin Odegaard, Declan Rice, and Mikel Merino, forcing Arteta to field a makeshift midfield. While Arteta can still put out a strong starting X1, the bench will be much thinner, and the team's overall dynamic may feel a bit unfamiliar. Despite these hurdles, Arsenal will be determined to keep their recent dominance over Spurs alive. Wright is concerned that these absences could be the Gunners' undoing. The Arsenal legend has admitted that he does not expect Arteta's side to win. On the Stick to Football podcast, Wright and Roy Keane were tasked with working as a team to predict the result of this match. Speaking for the both of them, Wright said, "It is the best derby. We're going to go 2-2. He then continued to explain his stance. "If we go there and get the point this week, and I'm not being negative, with what we've got missing, I think that's a good point. Are Tottenham the favorites against Arsenal? With Arsenal missing key players for the North London derby, Tottenham will sense a real opportunity to secure a victory. However, Arsenal's defense remains one of the best in the league. William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and goalkeeper David Raya have formed a solid backbone that will back themselves to keep Spurs at bay." Martin Keown has voiced his belief that Arsenal remain ahead of Tottenham, and their league finishes over the last 2 seasons support that claim. However, this weekend's clash feels more evenly matched due to Arsenal's injuries and suspension issues. With the Gunners' midfield weakened, Tottenham will be confident they can capitalize on the situation and challenge Arsenal at home. Tottenham to let Arsenal have a free run at signing phenomenal star due to Dominic Solanke. Tottenham's hefty summer spending, which exceeded £100 million, appears to have paused their pursuit of one particular striker. Ange Postecoglou's standout acquisition, Dominic Solanke, who joined from Bournemouth for £65 million, has made just one competitive appearance for Spurs so far. Solanke's availability for the North London Derby remains uncertain, with the striker anxiously awaiting confirmation on his fitness. His impressive tally of 21 goals and 4 assists in 42 matches last season convinced Tottenham to secure his services. But it seems this significant investment has led Chairman Daniel Levy to hold off on pursuing other striker targets for the time being, with Spurs already well stocked with attacking options like Son Heung-min, Timo Werner, and Richarlison. Their focus on Solanke might reduce their interest in other strikers. This could potentially benefit Arsenal if they decide to make a move for Alexander Isak. According to Give Me Sport, Arsenal are ready to test Newcastle's resolve if Isak becomes available next year. The Gunners had shown interest in him during the summer and could reignite their pursuit. Spurs' shift in focus to Solanke means they won't be competing with Arsenal for Isak, leaving the door open for the Gunners to potentially secure one of the top strikers in world football. Is Alexander Isak better than Dominic Solanke? Dominic Solanke at 26 is 2 years older than Alexander Isak, who is currently 24. Last season, Isak led Newcastle with an impressive 25 goals in 40 games, slightly outdoing Solanke's record. While Isak's future is uncertain as he negotiates a new deal with Newcastle, he's pushing for a release clause to be included. Given his current value and impact, the release clause is likely to be set around £100 million, reflecting his status as one of the Premier League's top strikers. Arsenal's interest in Isak could hinge on whether Newcastle agree to these terms, and if Isak eventually becomes available. In contrast, Spurs' commitment to Solanke might shift Arsenal's focus even more firmly towards securing Isak if the opportunity arises. Real Madrid is keeping an eye on William Saliba. William Saliba is certainly a standout player, and it's no surprise that top clubs like Real Madrid are eyeing him. Arsenal's squad has become one of the most formidable in Europe under Mikel Arteta, and Saliba is a key part of that. Saliba's defensive prowess and composure on the ball make him a coveted asset for any elite team, while Arsenal will be keen to hold on to their star defender for as long as possible. The interest from big clubs underscores just how highly regarded he is in the footballing world. For now, Arsenal fans will be hopeful that the club can keep Saliba at the Emirates and continue to build on their recent successes. Saliba's rise to prominence has been impressive, especially given the challenges he faced early in his Arsenal career. After his loan spells and eventual integration into Arteta's side, he's become a central figure in their defense. His performances have undoubtedly drawn the attention of top clubs, with Real Madrid being one of the most notable suitors. Keeping him at Arsenal will be crucial for the team's continued success, especially as they aim for major trophies in the coming seasons. Arsenal are certainly in a strong negotiating position, with Saliba having nearly 3 years left on his contract. With major clubs like Real Madrid, PSG, and Bayern Munich showing interest, Arsenal's stance is clear. They're not looking to sell. If the Gunners ever did decide to part ways with Saliba, they would set an exorbitant price tag. The figure of €120 million, £101 million, or more would not only reflect Saliba's value, but also make him Arsenal's biggest sale ever. This would underscore both his importance to the team and the level of competition for his signature. What Edu Gaspar needs to do immediately to keep Saliba. So Arsenal gave William Saliba a shiny new contract in the summer of 2023. The French defender signed up for another 4 years, which means he's tied to the club until 2027. Right now, Arsenal's in a pretty solid spot with Saliba, but they can't just sit back and relax. Come July 2025, he'll be down to the last 2 years of his current deal, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Real Madrid might come knocking. If that happens, Saliba could be out the door before we even know it. So Edu Gaspar needs to get on the ball and start working on a new deal for him ASAP. Arsenal really need to extend his contract past 2027 before the season wraps up. Otherwise, they might find themselves in a tricky situation once he's down to the final 24 months of his contract. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.